What's new at Ulta Beauty? I have a mixture of drugstore, pro grade. I think we have some luxury in here. Who knows? Let's just get into it. We have a full face. So technically, these are not sold at Ulta, but I'm hoping they will make their way. This is the new MAC. They're Studio Fix Everywhere All Over Face Pen. What is this? It's a long wear, medium to full buildable coverage with a flexible natural matte finish. It has caffeine, hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, water, and transfer proof. Then we have non-creasing and non-caking. Ooh, it's the texture, it's a little thicker than what I thought it would be, but it feels nice. Let's start with this much. I do have a new foundation brush. I've been wanting this one for so long. This is the It Cosmetics, their Heavenly Luxe Love Is the foundation brush. They always come out, I think, with at least once a year, and it's limited edition. It's the shape that makes this brush really exciting. Yeah, you see that? The foundation, it's not very fluid, but it's very spreadable. I mean, this brush is wonderful. Wow, that's really nice. That was really fast. I think we got pretty good coverage, but I feel like for the amount that I got, I was expecting to get a little bit more coverage. Got whatever is left. And I'm just gonna tap this in to see how much coverage I can get instead of like kind of buffing it into the skin. I'm impressed with how easy that is to blend. I mean, this brush is doing wonderful. It has nice density. It's very soft. I like the size. And of course, the packaging, the handle is adorable. Okay, so like they say, it's like a natural, like a soft matte finish, and that's exactly what I'm seeing on my skin, but the coverage is a little bit uneven if you're seeing that. I feel like in some areas, like my redness is peeking through and it's looking kind of patchy. It's not giving me like a medium full coverage, and I feel like I'm putting quite a bit of product on my face. For the type of texture this foundation is, it's, like I said, it's not very fluid. It's actually looking really pretty on the skin. It's not too heavy looking. I got a good solid medium coverage. Everything's a little bit more even, but you still see my skin peeking through. You can see that pimple right there, but it's not super red and inflamed looking. It looks good. I'm happy with that. Let's move on to eyebrows. Where's my NYX glue? My NYX brow glue. I like this as my first step to create the shape for my brows. It has that tacky texture. It's a little thicker. It's not as fluid. It's a little easier to work with. Filled my eyebrows with the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Cheat in shade Natural Brown, and then use the ABH Clear Brow Gel on top to kind of set every eyebrow in place. Let's continue with eyes. I have some new eyeliners from Stila. This is their Stay All Day Muted Neon Liquid Eyeliner. I have two shades. Blue Skies, which will look really cute with my shirt today, my outfit. And then we have Lavender Fields. I was just kind of thinking to do, you know, like a winged eyeliner, and let's do both colors. So we'll do blue lower, and then we'll outline with the purple on top. So let's go with Blue Skies first. I love that the tip is not as flexible, so you can be very precise and create those sharp lines and edges. I think once you let the first layer dry, go back with a second layer, maybe even a third layer, to create that opaqueness and intensity from the color, the liquid eyeliner. I feel like it is patching up a little bit right in that inner corner. We're gonna let it fully dry. Let's do the other side. That's actually really pretty though. With the black mascara, it's gonna pop. Okay, so I like the idea of the muted neon liquid eyeliners from Stila. It takes a little bit of finessing. The best results that I could achieve was letting the layers fully dry and then not really like so wiping the eyeliner on, but more so pressing like the felt tip where I need a little more coverage and color to not lose that intensity. So there we go. So now let's move on to mascara. We're gonna use the new Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Volumizing Mascara. Real thick, real quick. Wow. It's actually a lot more reserved than I thought. I thought the brush was gonna be a lot more fluffy, a little bigger, a little more, but this is reserved. It's a very typical boar bristle brush wand. The bristles themselves are actually pretty soft. They don't feel spiky. The formula is very dark. It's a little more wet, but again, we're dealing with the new tube. It is getting messy though. Okay, I'm able to achieve really long and almost wispy style lashes, but I definitely want a little more va-va-voom, so I'm gonna let this side dry down while I work on my left eye. I do like how soft but effective the bristles are. I don't feel like I'm gonna poke my eye out. That was really easy to clean up the mascara. Wow. It just swipes right off. I'm gonna add a little bit more, but you can see this is with one coat, and I try to go a little bit lighter towards the roots with the mascara, and then I went a little bit heavier on my left side so you can see a little bit more volume and intensity, but you still can create lighter, fluffy, fluttery lashes with this thicker formula if you just kind of gently work the mascara through your lashes. But I want a second coat to get a little bit more drama. So I get a little carried away with the mascara from Fenty Beauty, and it's very thick, like the name says, so you are going to get a very thick type of result with a second coat. Let's move on to a new concealer from IT Cosmetics. I'm very excited about this one. This is by Dark Spots Corrector and Serum Concealer with 2% niacinamide. Has caffeine in here, hyaluronic acid. It's a buildable medium coverage with a natural finish. It's a little yellow for my shade. Fair Neutral 11. Let's use the brush, and we're just going to use it like so. Kind of like with a foundation brush, we're just going to stamp this in. I mean, the brush is fine. I think it's great for like on the go, but it's soaking up a lot of that concealer. That looks to be very pretty, except for the shade. It's not as neutral as I was anticipating. It has a little more yellow. I'm gonna take a similar style brush. This is by Real Techniques. It's just not as dense and it's not as spiky. This is the Deluxe Crease Brush, but I like this for my concealers as well. You could be a little bit more precise with this type of a brush. And it's softer. This concealer spreads pretty far. I think the only thing I don't like about it is the shade so far, because otherwise it's actually really pretty. It's giving me a very natural finish with a light to medium coverage. All right, let's add a little bit of bronzer. I'm gonna use my Chanel Healthy Glow Cream Bronzer. I'm gonna use my Makeup of Mario F1 brush. This Chanel bronzer, it's very, very natural. It's very buildable. It's expensive, but the amount that you get in comparison to other luxury high-end bronzers and drugstore, this one you actually get a lot. But you can see how natural it is. It's, like I said, very buildable. You can keep layering, and it will never look overdone, in my opinion. Juvia's Place came out with new liquid blushes. I picked up 3 shades: Blush Lily, Pink Lady, and Peach Rose. So we have Peach Rose, then we have Pink Lady in the center, and then we have Blush Lily, this one right here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I kind of just want to take all 3 shades, work this into my brush. I mean, do you see that? And that's why I like to work these types of blushes on the back of my hand and then go to my cheeks, because then you get the most flawless airbrushed finish. Wow, are those blendable and so pigmented. Oh, that's really pretty with that eye. We have a new setting powder from MAC, their Studio Fix Pro Set and Blur Weightless Loose Setting Powder. I have a shade Light. Whoa, that is blurring. I'm using the Rose and Ben Puff. Oh my goodness, that is blurring. Woo, looks a little drying right here where I applied a little bit more foundation. I feel like it took away a little bit from the blush. It's not as glowy, so let's kind of go back with that blush brush. That's really pretty though. Wow. So we do have 2 new lip products. The first one is a lip liner. It's from Too Faced. It's their Lip Injection Extreme Lip Shaper. So it's basically a lip plumping lip liner. It's supposed to be super long wearing, super plumpy, a demi matte lip liner. 8-hour plumping. Whoa, hold on. Feels a little spicy. Feels like I ate something spicy. I like that color a lot. The formula, it's very easy to work with. It's very soft, but it still has a little bit of resistance to it where you can create a nice shape. But if you don't like plumping, you're not gonna like this. I don't know if I'm gonna like this if it's for 8 hours straight. All right, so for a lipstick, I found these new ones from Milani. This is their Stay Put Liquid Lip, a long wearing lipstick. Whew, okay, it's getting spicier. I feel like it is slightly raising the edges of my lips. It's looking a little more plump. The formula feels really nice. An hour in. I actually did my hair with the Dyson Airstray on my dry hair, but look at that mascara. Transferring, my goodness, it's flaking and transferring. Oh, that's frustrating. The lip liner, you can feel it, but you can't really feel it. Like, if it's good, but I feel like the top lip is staying really plump. The Milani liquid lipstick actually feels really good. It's a little dry looking, but that's just all liquid lipsticks on my lips. I just have very naturally, really wrinkly. My lips are just very, they're very textured. I think the cheeks look phenomenal. The skin actually looks really good. I thought it was gonna look a little worse, but it actually looks really nice. It looks a little heavy right here where I applied a little bit more foundation. Forehead, it looks shiny. It feels a little shiny. So I think I might wanna repowder a tiny bit, but I'm really liking how the cheeks are looking. And the eyes. Just repowdered my face. This is what we're looking like. You see it's a little more blurred, not as shiny, a little more smooth. This is 6th or 7th hour. I think it's a 6th hour, but pretty happy with that. I just repowdered once. I didn't repowder that first time that I said I was going to. This is the first time I repowdered it. The lip kind of lost its tingling sensation, more of like the stinging sensation around like mark hour and a half, hour 2. But it wasn't really stinging, it was just very, very mild. And I'm not seeing any more like the plumpiness around the outline anymore, but I think the color's still really pretty. It's long wearing. A little bit of the Milani lipstick is left after eating, but I'm really happy that the eyeliner is not going anywhere. So happy about that, but really liking how the complexion is still looking, and I'm really liking this powder. Like how lightweight it feels on my skin, and it's not looking cakey or heavy. A little over 9 hours into the makeup, and this is what we're looking like. I will say this, I actually really like. I like the cheeks, I like the lips. I think the foundation's looking pretty good right here. Then this is the problem area. We have a lot going on with the mascara. We have a lot going on with my forehead. Just, it looks like a hot mess from here on up. So this mascara, longevity, not there. I haven't had a mascara transfer to my upper eyelid in a really long time, but the eyeliner is there. It's not cracking, it's not moving, it's not fading. Very impressed with the eyeliner. Yes, it's a little finicky to work with, but pretty happy with the eyeliner. Moving on to the blush. The blush is beautiful. It's very long wearing, very easy to apply. It's not too intense where it's like exaggerating the texture of my cheeks. No, it's just really pretty and very flawless looking on my cheeks. Moving on to the lips. I actually really like how the lip liner is wearing and that lipstick from Milani. The Too Faced, the plumping lip liner, it's a little intense, I would say up to the 30 minutes to the 1 hour mark. But if you don't like lip plumping products, this lip liner is not for you. And then the Milani long lasting lipstick, I actually like it. I didn't apply a lot of it. I just dabbed a little bit in the center of my lips and then just blended out with my fingers. And I think that's the way to go. There's still a little bit there. My lips don't feel crusty. They look a little crusty, but they don't feel crusty, which is great in my book, honestly. Now moving on to the foundation. Personally, I think I applied a little bit too much product to try to achieve that medium to full coverage, which I didn't receive the full coverage with the amount of product that I applied. Lighter to medium coverage type of foundation for me personally because of that heavier, slightly thicker formula. You're so cute. But layering this foundation on for me personally is a no-no. It just, my face just wants to breathe and it's just producing extra amount of oil. So it's making this foundation feel and look really oily throughout the day. Now the powder I'm very happy with. Yes, it's not keeping my face shine free or blur free all day long. I did have to reapply that one time, but I think I would have to reapply at least twice with like this foundation. But I like how weightless it looks and feels on my skin, but it just blurs with ease and just, it looks really beautiful on the skin. Am I missing anything? Let me see, the concealer from It Cosmetics. It's reminding me of the Revlon with the caffeine concealer that they have, but I think the Revlon one, it's a little creamier. All in all, I think this was a really good first impression. Again, with all these first impressions, I continue to play with the makeup, see if I like it with different bases, see if I like it with different products. But again, all of the reviews are going to be up online on our website, Milabu Beauty Review. I know I sound like a broken record, but I just want to remind you guys of the reviews that we put on our website, and that's just after using the makeup multiple times to see if it worked, if we were able to make it work, or it just was great from the very beginning and maybe went downhill. But I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching, spending time with me, and a little bit of Elodie, and I'll see you guys in the next one.